Hey, I'm Forrest Gump, and I'm a recovered.
I love this guy.
You too, yeah. Recovered alcoholic, right here. And that's not demeaning. You'll find out. Always go there. Sometimes the pain gets so great, but what it is that I can't forget it because it saved my life. I always have to remember that when I get up here, it's not by me, nor is it by my mind, but it's by this power that I got a better relationship with. And now I can call him Jesus Christ. First, he was just God in these rooms, and I got so all inundated with that name because I wanted you guys to not know that I represented him and he represented me. I'd say God all the time, and this morning, homeboy let me know how powerful he was and how I need to acknowledge who he is. And that's because somebody tonight is thinking about going out. Somebody tonight is thinking about leaving here this weekend. Somebody's thinking about, oh, if I don't do it, then if my partner do it, I won't even stop them. It is so important that I realize that I'm grateful to these ladies in the back. And congratulations on your celebration of graduation. That's a wonderful thing. So, I gotta do this, okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, see, I had to realize I came in here stripped. Came in here with nothing. So I got to stand up here with nothing because now it's all on the inside. That's some good stuff. My sponsor's not here. He couldn't make it. His name is Bruce Scott. He has 40 years as of last week. His wife has 42 and she'll be 43 years in a couple of days. I have another sponsor. I have two sponsors because I smoked a lot of crack and something about the alcoholic. Oh, but I needed that one that says, but you're full of it. Yeah. So I have a sponsor and he couldn't make it either. I also have a mentor who has taught me about the daily reflections, and he's Chris's sponsor. And as we fellowship together in these rooms, I realized that I cannot do this alone. And I've tried to do it alone for so long. And the only time that I fellowship is when I can pass it or drink it. My sobriety date is July 4th. Right? Yeah, I know. Why can't I wait till afterwards? Yeah, 2019. And last week I went over to the place because I couldn't remember the date. And see, my star was where there are no more stars anymore. And so I went over to the wall and I looked over at the wall. Oh, there I am. July 4th, 2000. Full circle. It took 24 years for me to get to where I am. And so therefore, when I stand here before you, it's not before you, it's for this creator that says, I loved you then and I love you now. That's right. I came into Fred Brown's and I went through a whole lot with Fred Brown. I came out and told him that I was gay. And I didn't want to do that, but they left a meeting and they cheered for this guy who was a speaker. And when they cheered for him with a speaker, I went, whoa, because I know my guy, And wow, I'm walking home and they tore his ass up, tore him up. Oh, they talked about everything and didn't even know him. And at that moment I said, oh, no, this is him. And then I let them know when I grouped me because I was upstairs. Yeah. Then the next day they isolated me. They put me in the back and they took me from the kitchen responsibilities and put me outside where the weights are to do that. And that led to other things. And then the truck came, the big black truck came. Oh man, that was something. And then I did my fourth step with my sponsor Greg. I don't remember Greg, yeah. And he took me down to this place down here, And as I was doing my sexual inventory, he just told me, whoa, I can't do this with you. Nope. And so I walked in the car and I said, oh, this is over. Not this shit again. Yeah. And I walked in the car and he dropped me off at Fred Brown's. Oh, no. I'm in this. Yeah. I got to go through this. Yeah. Painstaking, but it's some good stuff. Yeah. And then this young lady said, I'll do it with you. She says, Forrest, my precious one, thank you. Thank you for being you. May you find solace as you begin this journey. He has not brought you this far to leave you now. Continue to work diligently on those key issues. That was the issue with me. Wow, if you believe freedom belongs to you, then you can walk in it without any doubt. Those whom the Father sets free is free indeed. He did it all for you, and you can call me at any time. Be encouraged, Alicia. And that was the book that I have, and I still got it. It's something about getting names. It's something about passing the books around, man. But this is all about step one. Oh, man, if I don't get it, if I don't chew on it, if I don't digest it, I'm bound to do the same thing over again. And this morning, man, I got a confirmation because my sister, who died a couple of years ago, came to me in a dream, and she said, it's okay. It's been 10 years since she came to me in a dream. When she said, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm good. So let me roll, because somebody here needs it. Always open up, man. With this, why am I here? It's called Open Up My Eyes. This is July 21st, 22. If I'm remembering God and what God made, did he make a mistake? And if he's called me into this position, no matter how overwhelming the position is, it's because he believes that I'm the man for the job. And so my task then is to ask God, what is it that you know about me that would have you place me in this position? Because of you placing me in this position, they know something about me that I don't know yet. And sometimes my greatest prayer should be, God, would you open up my eyes so that I can see who I am or supposed to be in this program at home, especially in your kingdom. That if I would not compare myself to everything and everybody that comes before me, or the things that are coming up or behind me, but that is what trust I have placed in you in this position, because no one else could do it like me, but me. And that's from my sister Jade. I like her. Now I need to qualify, because I am an alcoholic and I'm an addict. And this brother hit it right on the spot, because just a couple of days ago, I was going through some things and I found me in it. Told you my sobriety day is July 4th, 2019. Before that, I was on the 2-week run. Yeah, abandoned my folks, because I supposed to went, out of town that morning. Yeah. And I thought I was going to take a drink 4 days prior to that, but I'll make it back. So my suitcase was sitting right there. Yeah, right there, and stuff in it, I didn't show up that morning at 4 in the morning for them to take a flight to our reunion in Chicago. Yeah. So while I'm doing my thing, at least I thought it, I knew that I had the program inside of me. But that bag right there, not that one, but the other one, I always carry some stuff in it because of the bag. You know what? I ain't like them. So if I carry my pack back in the garage and stuff like that, they don't want to know I'm an alcoholic or addict. Yeah. But I had some paper and an ink. Do I qualify? July 3rd, 2019. Sorry, Dad and Mom. I'm writing this note to myself because the aid program and my sponsor agreed that writing tells me the truth. The truth is that Sam was seeing another person, and I didn't want him to tell me that. I'd already accepted the truth from God. God had said, I will separate me from you and the people that are not good for me. And I am on the same walk of faith. I'm saddened right now. I'm disappointed and I'm surprised. I missed the flight to Chicago. I'm sitting there writing while they're doing their thing. Golly. And behind this addiction, and it started. And I'm writing it the way I wrote it then. And it started out with just a drink. I didn't want to miss the most important one in the experience, being with my folks. But I'm going to not let the devil take me down. Not this further. So my future is in the prison system if I go. And if I continue, I'm done. I spent over $200 on this stuff. stack this money up. Wow. And it came from my election payments and the cash advances that I took out, and from my mother. And a pardon, and I lied. And he is after me now because of what I did. So I'm calling right now a prayer from you, God. I've been walking and going to my A meetings faithfully. I had 3 months just the other day, and I took me with me. Oh, I'm looking at myself so scared of the police right now. Wow, and it's agents and the law enforcement because they're coming for me. I don't want to go to jail, but oh, the constant overwhelming desire to take the next one. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on my calling, Satan. I'm really sorry that this affects the owner of this house. Sam's sister, who's the guy that I was seeing, and he was a dope dealer. Oh, I'm at that state of mind to apologize, but then behave. I will pray for forgiveness of disrespect, inconsideration, selfishness, and gullibleness. Making others important is loud. My own insecurities about myself. Oh, I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to be or to do. But the most standing out perception is that the goodness and the greediness and the taking advantage of those that have nothing are much more. And we all know God is in a certain way. I've been going down to place, wherever I've been now. It's 3 months ago. And in my sobriety, I found that my self-worth and my values, as the fourth step refers, resentment, fear, sex, and abandonment, all of my ambitions and most of my selfishness, self-centered, mostly the insecurity. I don't see myself as a failure, but someone just failed. Sinned because I came into Sam's house waiting to have sex. But first, lusting after his privates. Oh, I'm not the same God. Oh, I'm now absent. And now I'm interested in the same sex, but I'm not. I'm going to do a daily walk, and I'm talking about the changes. Hey, the fears of being straight guy. Oh, it's a fear. I'm scared. I'm sorry to myself, my sponsor, especially my mom and dad. I missed the flight this morning, but I'm going to reschedule. So I'm so mad at myself, but I can't help it. I don't have the power to stop, but God does. So God, please come to my rescue. Deliver me, man, from this hell. I'm always scared to go to jail. How selfish of me. No, I have no willpower, but I have the sensitivity and awareness of others, and in the grip of my progressive illness, I need some help. Relieve me, deliver me, God, forgive me for not being focused. I'm going home, and I'm gonna fix myself a drink. But I went to 2 meetings. Oh, I just needed that. I drank and I used the whole night, treating my friends bad. I feel like the devil is using me. I need to leave now, because I'm not enjoying it. But Sam, wow, he's got the upper hand on me. And then I got a big writing, sex, having quadriceps over there. But that's not happening today. He tried to get me in there, but I said, no, I'm not going to be that person that serves or supplies you with whatever. He has a lover, and I found out today that I'm free. Oh, P.S., I need to pay my rent. You need to go. Go. Just go. Pay my IOUs to the loan company. Don't spend any more money on this shit. Stay focused. Oh, God. Now, as I'm reading this, it's a long time. So they doing their thing over there, man. I qualified to be an addict. I qualified to be an alcoholic. But when they say do some writing, you better do some writing, and you don't even have to. I know I did. I started doing writing before I even knew that the miracles was going to take place a couple of months later. Do I qualify to be an alcoholic? I sure do. But step 1 tells me the reason why is because I've been unwilling to admit that I was an alcoholic. I never wanted to think that I was bodily and mentally different from y'all. Therefore, it was not surprising that my drink career had been characterized by my countless vain attempts to prove that I can drink like the other people. My idea somehow or someday that I would control and enjoy my drinking was a great obsession of this abnormal drinker. My persistence of this illusion, was astonishing. However, I learned that I had to fully concede to my innermost self that I was an alcoholic. This was the first step in my recovery. And the illusion, like other people in prison, it had to be smashed. I surrendered to the fact that I lost the ability to control my users. And now knowing this, that I'm a real addict, and that I have had no such undergroups and influences, always brief, followed still by less control. Less control. And to that pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. And finally I was convinced to myself that I was a real addict, and that type of that progressive illness. And it just got worse and worse and worse. I had to qualify that I was an alcoholic because that's a part of my story. Step one, I only used on the weekend, or it hardly ever interfered with work. I can quit. It's only psychologically addicting yet, right? I only snorted. I don't base, I don't shoot. It's the relationship. That messed me up. I was perplexed to realize how I went on never getting that same high at the beginning, and yet still insisting and believing for it. So distorted was my reality that I was getting from that stuff, which actually eluded me. I went to any lengths to get it from being myself. The lines got fatter, the grams went faster, my weak stash was used up to date, and I found myself scraping envelopes and baggies and razor blades and scratching the last place from the corners of those brown bottles and snorting and smoking any white speck that fell from the, remember that? Yeah. I've prided myself on my fine-tuned state of mind. Nothing mattered more than that straw and that pipe and that needle. Sometimes cocaine and alcohol and other drugs found a temporary relief to change at the end, and it only compounded manner. I never left the house, and it goes on. I qualify to be an alcoholic and an addict. But here's the solution. It's in the doctor's opinion. It tells me exactly what my problem is. I thought it was all of that, but that's a portion of it. But once I relieved myself of not taking it inside my body, then I was able to deal with that. And miracles took place after that, and I'll holler at you on that. The doctor's opinion said, I know that if I'm allergic, which is a reaction to something, it would always indicate or manifest in my physical reaction to my body. And it says when I came to AA or C or NA, I had an allergy to that I could never use again. So how can I be allergic to the drugs? I use drugs every day. How much did I use? It didn't matter, because I was allergic to it. And besides, it never made me or break me out of the rash. It doesn't put welts on me, on my body. I didn't understand, nor did I ask to explain them. They said, you just don't understand. All you need to know is that I am an alcoholic and addict. And today I know why. Because they told me that. Because they didn't even understand it either. Being an inquisitive alcoholic and an addict, I needed to know, and I went to the source, which never fails, the Webster Dictionary. And I looked it up, and allergies, an abnormal reaction to any food or beverage or substance of any kind. Abnormal reaction. So I tried what would make me abnormal. And to my amazement, I didn't know what the normal or normal was. For me to find out, I had to go to the normal people, which is like my mom and my dad. They put that stuff down and they get the part. No. They don't. Or normal social monitoring. And only one person, 9 out of 10 people, are considered to be that way. So I asked myself and I scribed what happened to that. And they said, it's a warm, comfortable, relaxed feeling. Yeah, after 1 or 2 hits and drinks. They don't want any more. That's the normal people. But I don't feel that way. When I take a hit, it's that warm feeling, and I get up and go somewhere and do some more. I don't understand that warm, comfortable feeling. I think it's one of those reasons why I love to use, because of the feeling. And it makes me different than the normal people. Here's the solution. Drugs and alcohol, this is alcohol, toxic drug. It destroys the human tissues. Number 1, the chronic. Chronic means reacting to over and over again. The phenomenon of craving is something that we don't even understand. But the craving means usually dealing with the mind. But in this context that it is in the book, we deal with our bodies. Craving is what is happening when we put one or two drinks or hits in our body. It produces that physical craving. And there's a chemical breakdown also in it. When I got sober, I was standing in the kitchen, and I didn't know it was going to happen. Matter of fact, one of these guys had walked me home that day on the 4th, because on the 3rd, yeah, and he walked me home and took me to my apartment. First person that went inside my apartment for a whole year. And he was talking all about being a homosexual, and oh man, he was just going in. All I could think about is that damn drink in my freezer. Oh yeah, because I mixed it, you know. Somebody in here says, oh, I do smoothies. And I said, oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I did, yeah. And I went to the refrigerator. But I had another program. See, you have to understand. Oh, I had a church program too. See, because I was doing the church program before I got here. And when I was doing my church program, wow, they have prayer, and then they have hands being laid on it and things like that. And so I had some idea of what it was. See, they call them ways, at my church program. And in those ways, I found out, wow, God is powerful. But I didn't realize that day. Yeah, because when I went to get that picture in my kitchen, wow. I said, no, let me get the glass. And as I got the glass, I said, it's on and popping. And I started to pour it in. I went over to the sink. Oh, and I'm going, damn, no, in my head. But the feeling, oh, that feeling was like honey pouring all over me. And I didn't want to be removed for a man, but I know I had the picture. And then instantly, I went up to the freezer and poured the whole picture out. No more than 20 minutes later, I stand before him. And there was this show on TV, and I raised my hand and I said, God. Oh, TBN, they had this little thing, going, and I raised my hand. And I said, yeah, I agree with it, yeah. But I was scared. See, I was tripping too, When we ain't got nothing, we got to figure out how I'm going to, talk to them now, because the shit's all over, Oh, yeah, see. And so now, wow, that happened. What happened then? Instantly, I was healed. I didn't know it. See, in 2016, I had arthritis in my L4 and L5 vertebrae, and it was degenerating. And it says a mild degenerative fascia change in my L4 and L5 vertebrae. And in that, the mild degenerative fascia is no acute findings of anything in the scene, but my peripheral tissues were unremarkable. And I had been in pain for years. That day I knew, and then God gave me direction. He'll give you directions. And I did those directions, and I went to the doctor, and I had problems trying to get it. But the test came back. Same examination, same place, wrong, different person because a couple of years ago. It says this intervertebral disc heights are normal. No acute findings. This facet partition change is no longer visible. The paralytics are intact, and the visualized peripheral soft tissues are normal. Then I got into the program. I got into the church group. So those who are Christians or whoever they are, it worked for me. But also step 6 works for me. Step 6 is necessary for spiritual growth. It's the beginning of a lifetime job. I'm needing to recognize the difference between striving for objective means of a person or judgment. That's step 6. Okay? And it says, not influenced by any personal feelings or opinions. And then there's a perfection in step 6. The condition or state of quality being free from all flows of objectives. The bottom line is being ready. I was ready to do my steps. And it's taking of this action as steps. I must not rebel. I must abandon all limitations to my objectives, which will move me towards God's will. I must not have any reservations. Step 6 was a blowout for me, bro. Oh, man. Oh, about that homosexual thing. Yeah. God allowed me, as I did my writing, to understand that just because I did it, because of the fact that as a kid, I got money and I got things for it. I used that in my life and I realized, wow, there were some things that I needed to change, and God removed that from me. And then I had to go into 12 and 12, and the 12 and 12 talks about it too. I'll just read brief. 12 and 12, page 4, lust. Write it down in the section inventory. On the 12 and 12, page 49, it talks about it. 12 and 12, steps 6 and 7 talks about it. The lust of my lower nature. 12 and 12 on page 66. See, this is what works for me. And when it works for me, wow, I got free. And when I got free, I was able to be of service. Not only was I able to be of service, wow, every day I pray for these men because they show me who I want to be and who I don't want to be. They help me more than I help them. And they don't care about what that was or what it is, because there's something about what comes out of my mouth in my walk. And so I pray for them on a daily basis. I pray for Mike K. I pray for Stalbone. I pray for Eric. I pray for Nicholas. I pray for Emmanuel. I pray for Rando and Ignacio and Eric and Michael and Derek and Daryl, Sir John and Forrest and Randy and Chris and Detroit Mike and Jonathan and Leo and Danny and KCB and Ray and Ricky. Oh man, these people and just me. And last but not least, we can't do it by ourselves. We can't do it by ourselves, y'all. And this is the ADEP program at my church. It says, we are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, and guilt and shame and condemnation have no place in our lives. We're God's chosen generation, His royal priesthood, and we're reigning as kings in this earth. We're accepted in His beloved, and nothing can separate me from His love. Oh, I'm set apart, and I'm sanctified. Oh, and I'm separated from the world. But we, the body of believers, continue this, and we enforce God's original plans and purposes in our life in this ministry. And we're citizens of His kingdom, and we have what we say. We're doers of His word and not hearers only. We are what the word says, and we have what we say. And we can do what we can say. We hold fast to our confession of faith. And this is where you guys come in. I need you guys in my life, because you guys are part of what I went through. You guys have told me, explained to me who I am. I want you to know these guys are not alone. And so I looked up the word give up. And the antonym for give up is our confession. Okay. You guys got these cards? Would you help me by standing up when I read it to you? We hold fast to our confession of faith, and we do not turn coward. Where's the coward? Oh, stand up, bro. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, man. Stand up, bro. Come on, come on. We go into. We're heroes. We're clear. We don't lose heart. We're loud. We exalt. We rejoice. We are great. We don't give up. We resist. We endure. We sustain. We combat. Oh, whoa, we face. We take, we bear, we confront, we tolerate, we cope with, we hold off, and we remain firm. I need all you guys in my life, and each one of you guys need each other at some point. And when you stand up, you're standing up to say, you know what, I can be of service to the next alcoholic and addict. And so when you take these cards, remember that there's a power greater than yourself that's cheering you on, because if I can be one person and do this, man, how much more can we be together? I'm glad to be here. Thanks for letting me share.